at the technique more closely. To make batik, selected areas of the design are blocked out by applying hot wax over them on a cloth to prevent color absorption during the dyeing process. This sort of creates a patterned negative when the wax is removed from the dyed cloth. A simple batik may be just one layer of wax and dye, but this process of waxing and dyeing can be repeated many times if necessary to create more elaborate and creative and colorful designs. After the final dyeing, the wax is removed, usually sort of like in hot water, and then the cloth is ready for wearing or displaying. However, in this very competitive world we live in today, Japanese textile merchants responded to the threat of losing this tradition by finding a way to speed up the time-consuming method of hand-drawing the design. Wooden block printing was adapted, and the invention of copper stamps, or chops as they are known, to apply hot wax. Batik is a type of resist method. Resist dyeing refers to various techniques for preventing dyes from bleeding into certain areas of a textile and to work with negative space to create a pattern. In the wax resist method, liquid wax or a starchy paste is applied freehand or with a stamp or stencil to the textile surface, like I described previously. Another one would be tie-dye, for example. Now, when you buy authentic batik, which is often more expensive, you aren't just paying for a fabric. You're paying for the artistry and the labor of people that continue to keep the art of batik alive. If you're looking to make an impact on local craft communities with your next batik purchase, it is important to be able to differentiate between real and fake batik. Here are 3 simple ways to help you identify authentic batik. One would be to check if the fabric looks the same on both sides. They should be equally vivid since the wax and the dyes penetrate the fabric, leaving a similar quality of vibrancy on both sides. Another way to check is to make sure it's not a perfect looking pattern. That's right. If it looks like a machine printed pattern, then it probably is. With real batik, every piece is hand drawn or stamped, then hand dyed. And this is reflected in the inconsistencies across the patterns, depending on the temperature of the wax, pressure the blocks are applied, precision of the artist, amount of time drying, and even the mixtures of the dyes. This means that any authentic piece of batik you buy is unique, as no 2 pieces will be exactly the same. And lastly, feel the fabric. An important element in the creation of handmade batik is the use of fibrous fabrics such as cotton, linen, and silk for their ability to absorb dyes. Although not always the case, imitation batik is often printed on synthetic materials. However, synthetic fibers do not hold the dyes properly in the batik dyeing process. Now, in Europe, these exotic cloths sparked a wave of creativity. By the 1840s, the Dutch women living in Java began commissioning custom batik designs to suit European tastes. Over time, they evolved from patrons to producers, and thus was born Batik Belanda, which means Dutch batik. Their new designs, which blended traditional Javanese motifs with European aesthetics, created a fresh style that appealed to both local nobility and European markets. This proved very successful from the beginning of the 20th century. Batik was practiced by thousands of European and American artists and craftspeople. The peak of its popularity was between 1918 and 1925. But then it died out until around 1960s, when artists began to see its appeal once more. One of them was Noel Durenforth, who around the 1980s in London became the founder of the Batik Guild. And what started out as a small group of Noel's students has become an international collection of batik lovers, teachers, and artists. Oof, okay, so I focus more on Indonesian batik and its history and the technique in general. But there is so much more to this art form. And the fact that in each country who adopted this technique have their own interpretation and distinctive evolution of it. I might actually consider making another video. I might actually consider doing sort of a follow-up video on this. But for now, this is all the time we have, so I will stop right there. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Please remember to send me any comments down below, any questions, and please do like, subscribe, and share it with anybody that you think might benefit from this video. Always a pleasure to connect with you guys. Please join the tribe and have a great day. See you next time. Bye.